Hi, my name is Yona. I'm the after school leader at Field Teen Center, and today I'm going to talk about American Street by Ibi Zoboi, which I listened to as an audiobook on Libby. At the very beginning of the story, our protagonist, Fabiola Toussaint, is on her own. She's on her way from Haiti to Detroit, where she and her mother plan to live with their American family, her aunt and 3 cousins. But her mom has been detained by immigration, and that leaves Fabiola to navigate this new life in the United States and to sort out what's going on with her family all by herself. So we get to see life as an American high schooler through her eyes and how it compares to her life in Haiti and how it compares to her expectations. And we also get to know her family and to see what family means to her, what it comes to mean to her, and how the whole family sacrifices for each other and makes some tough choices to try to protect each other. So Fabiola is a little bit more conservative, maybe naive, just trying to figure it out. She's also really spiritual. She practices voodoo, and it influences how she sees the choices available to her and the people around her. One really notable example is Bad Leg, who is this homeless man, probably a drunk, who hangs out on their street and sings songs. And she decides that he is an avatar of Papa Legba, who is this trickster deity in voodoo. And she tries to learn what she can from him. And in his songs, she interprets hints about what might come in the future and what doorways and pathways might be available to her. Meanwhile, her 3 cousins are pretty different from her and pretty different from each other. Chantal is the oldest. She's sort of the good kid or the smart one. She is the brains in the 3 Bs of her 3 cousins. And she is going to community college and working on becoming a doctor, hopefully. So she has advice for Fabiola sometimes. The other 2 are twins, Pri and Donna, which is short for princess and prima donna. Despite being twins and having very similar names, they're very different people. Pri is the brawn of the 3 Bs. She's tough. She's not afraid to throw a punch. She's gay and she's very masculine presenting. Donna is the beauty of the 3 Bs, and she cares a lot about making sure her hair and her nails and her makeup and her clothes look good, partly as her armor and her way of dealing with people, and partly to make a good impression for her problematic boyfriend, Dre. Dre and the problems he pulls out and instigates and gets involved in are a big part of the conflict. Fabiola immediately dislikes Dre because she sees him just beating the tar out of Bad Leg, which is not nice as a general rule, and especially uncomfortable for her because she's identified him as this trickster spirit. And to make things a little more complicated, very early in the story, a detective pulls Fabiola aside and asks her to get the dirt on Dre, who she believes is a drug dealer. So this immediately pits Fabiola against the wishes of Donna, who loves and cares about Dre, even though his behavior is leaving something to be desired. Meanwhile, Fabiola starts to get to know one of Dre's friends really well and decides she likes him and gets involved in that situation. So throughout the story, as we get to know the cousins, even her aunt and Fabiola herself, we see what kinds of sacrifices they're willing to make for family and who they define as family. All while Fabiola is trying to find her place in this and understand how Americans do things and who she wants to be. This was a pretty sad story. I thought it was really good, but if you're not in the mood for a story with a sad ending, maybe save this one for a different time. If you're interested in a story with French in it and playful, flirtatious dinner conversations and intrigue related to drug trafficking and some really tough girls standing up for each other, then I recommend this story. It's really well written. It was so easy to just follow along. I thought I was only gonna listen to little pieces of it, and I got really sucked up and just listened to the whole thing. Ibi Zoboi has other books out, and I'm really excited to check them out after listening to this one because I enjoyed it that much. And if you have read this book, definitely drop us a comment in our DMs or get in touch with us on Instagram and let me know who your favorite character was or what your favorite scene was. And thanks for checking us out. Be sure to check out the other book talks on our channel and let us know what other content you would like to see from us.